not the body and I'm not the mind, but after somebody realizes that, do they still know that they're an individual, that they're separate, that they are a part of the consciousness, and they're not just a drop of water that gets dropped in the ocean? Are they still unique? Or are they just a drop in the ocean? I mean, when you realize who you are and you drop your body and your body dies and you go away, are you just a drop of water that dissolves into the whole ocean? Or do you still know that you are you? Do you still know that you're separate? That's my question.
See, when you become enlightened, is it like the drop dissolving into the ocean? It is like that. When the drop dissolves into the ocean, there is no separation between the drop and the ocean. In fact, it is not the drop dissolving into the ocean. It is just the drop realizing that it is the ocean. It is the part of the ocean. It has always been the ocean. See, the drop has never been separate from the ocean. The drop has always been in the ocean, and physically there is no change there at all. It's just that using your mind, using your thoughts, you have identified one drop of water and you've been adding more and more qualities to it, and you have been living thinking that only that drop is you. Remember, you are in the middle of the ocean. You're not outside of it. You have just identified yourself with one drop. Awakening is a moment when you realize that you are the ocean. You're not just that drop. Now imagine that moment when you realize that that drop is a part of a larger ocean and you are that ocean. Why would you identify with the drop again? Awakening is the end of individuality. Awakening is the end of the idea called you. Awakening is a transcendence of the limitation called you. There is no question of holding on to your previous identity that this is who I am. After awakening, this is a body, this is a mind. Not your body, not your mind. It is a body that you're interacting with. It is a mind that you're interacting with. And you're using it for a certain purpose. But you never ever can, even if you want to, make the mistake of thinking that this is you. Because once you've had the experience and you have merged with the ocean, you've become one with it. And this idea of, do you lose your uniqueness? No, you will not lose your uniqueness. You will always identify with this body and with this mind as something unique, and it will always be unique. In fact, only when you realize you are a part of a larger reality can you value this uniqueness. As of now, you're not able to value this uniqueness because you don't know the source. You don't know everybody and everything is floating in the same consciousness. As of now, you think your life is unique, your aliveness is unique. But that is not unique. That aliveness, that life is same. Even an ant crawling on the ground or a bird flying in the sky is drawing from the same aliveness. So there is no separation there at all. Where does the uniqueness come from? Uniqueness comes from the ant being an ant. The way it looks, the way it behaves, the way it moves, what it does. Similarly with a human being, it is not your aliveness that is unique. It is not the fact that you're alive. It is your body, your mind, your thoughts, your desires. That is absolutely 100% unique. There are no two human beings like you. And there will never ever be another person like you. And you will know this without any doubt after awakening. It is impossible for this phenomenon to repeat itself. And then you celebrate that uniqueness. You fall in love with that uniqueness. All your ego problems, problems of self-identity, problems of not knowing who you are, problems of feeling inferior, problems of being rejected by people, like a snap, it'll go away. Why? Because you know what is unique in you now. Now, it's not aliveness. It's not your birth. It's not being a human being. What is unique is your very mind, is your very body. Then you will celebrate all your imperfections. Instead of worrying about, oh, I'm getting old, I wish I was young, I wish I was like this, I wish I was like this. You would embrace that process of growing old because it will never happen again. It's just once. And once you realize that this experience is something that I cannot have again, you will start cherishing the experience. See, that's what happens to an awakened man or a meditator. Once he embraces the fact that this is it, this moment is the reality, and it can never be replicated, he simply settles into it. And he doesn't waste any time going into the future or the past, because he knows it's a waste of time. And it's wasting this beautiful moment.